Доброе утро, Кицураги. Смотрим задание наше. Так, Руби на побережье. Так, мне точно надо с Эврором поговорить. Вернитесь к каналу и попробуйте найти записи, которые можно использовать для основной мелодии. Принесите записи кому. А что значит канал? Вернитесь к каналу. Что за канал? Так, сначала к Эврору пойдем.
Right to work. Right.
С утречка пораньше.
Mr. Dubois, the word in Martinez is a certain police officer is once again happily reunited with his service weapon.
Как они рожны рисунки, конечно.
Congratulations, my friend. I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like
Смотрите, мой
that, with a
пистолет.
gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with? Funny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church on the coast.
Oh, that a cell. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some melodic music in there. Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music?
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found God knows where to set it up and run it for you.
Found God knows where? That a cell is the daughter of Miko the kebab, a man who once killed a guy with a kebab. I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you? Maybe it was Bogovir. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. After work, I like to listen to some rock and roll music and have a non-alcohol... But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things. My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up? I knew you could handle it. I know my I'm always happy to educate and very nice, Harry. Is there... Oh, of course. I mean, it's no... Harry. Sadly, Fantastic. Time for... So they shot him?
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone... Oh, they old...
Interesting.
They're almost... Work with...
Bless him. Allow him.
By all means, Harry. Great. You want to... It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about.
He seems happy about the prospect of you telling Joyce about...
No, no, Harry. I'm perfectly neutral and 100% for
Просто 50 опыта
transparency.
за то, что
I know people
даже
say a
квестом
lot
не
of
было.
bad
Класс.
things about the DeBardairs Union, but we are...
Yes. Sure, he thinks. It's about transparency.
If she...
He doesn't want...
Absolutely, Harry. What's on most... By all means, Harry.
Все, то есть с этим мы закончили, да? Найди запись мелодии для Алькамона. Где я найду запись с мелодией? Вообще там сейчас начнется, блин, заварушка с профсоюзом этим. Наверное, уже надо идти игру заканчивать. Сегодня, я думаю, мы ее уже пройдем. Вот это что такое? Почему туда пройти не могу до сих пор, я не понимаю. Не понимайстер. Где взять музыку?
A small cabinet on the wall is...
Okay, here.
Ой,
I
я
hope
могу
steak with
бесконечно
teeth makes you feel
покупать.
better or something.
То есть я могу
Okay,
этих штук вообще накупить
okay,
дофига.
here. I hope steak with teeth
И
makes
вообще
you
не
feel
париться,
better.
что у меня здоровье кончится. Да, понял. Где взять музыку? Идите к каналу. Что такое к каналу? Ну, я понимаю, что типа к воде туда. Так, тут я тоже все купил. Я вот думал, что здесь где-то музыка. Это тоже непонятно, что вообще. Небольшой растерянности. Так, ловушечку на всякий случай надо проверить.
The trap path.
Может, где-то здесь? Так, а чё, кстати, у меня мысль сложилась по поводу... О, еще не сложилась. Еще час 5 минут. Ничего нового не появилось, да? Опа, что это было? Мысля была какая-то. Просто мысля. Ничего лишнего. Эти вечером придут, видимо. Так, давайте еще на крайняк поговорим с этой женщиной, потом с Джойс.
The sea's gonna calm down.
Идите к каналу.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality?
A strange
Glad to have been.
Концептуализация. Ну как? Очень просто, здравствуйте. Думаю, что я еще тут доделал, не доделал. Потому что мне осталось тут буквально все уже. Мне кажется, вот там мы уже идем в зону, где не будет невозможно какое-то продвижение. Идите к каналу, говорит, и найдите музыку для чувака. Здесь, может, что-то вырыли? А как я найду тебе эту музыку? На каком канале? Канал Правдед Twitch. О, молодец. То есть, значит, получается, кайфы у тебя пошли. Ну, хорошо. Поздравлятель. Может, у меня уже есть эта музыка?
Good morning! Yeah! Too hardcore and it sucks up all the air in the Yeah! Welcome to the Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sound that the future can't escape the sound! Can't escape the future! Tape! Yeah!
А, вот, отдал.
No!
А, нет, не
No,
то.
no! This is gonna make people scared! Keep... Yeah!
А я не знаю, я на улицу не уходил. Но ветер вроде дует. Но обычно, какая погода в Москве, через несколько дней такая и в Самаре начинается. Но меняется погода, что ж поделать, да. Причем сильно так, уверенно. На весну. А я не буду делать. Это... Я сам играю, кайфую, а потом я просто в YouTube это выложу, кому будет интересно, посмотрит. А вот если какой-нибудь там соревновательный, больше экшона, короче, где будет, это уже можно спокойненько, конечно же, оповещенницы делать. Я так считаю. Это что такое? А, это фигня. Ну все. Получается, отправляемся. Так, что это у нас тут? Президент? Не знаю, может, немножечко поиграем в какую-нибудь игру другую. Может, киберпанк. А может, резидент, кстати, почему нет?
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
Нифига.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your ear canals. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you.
Fucking kill you.
If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner...
The explosion of stack blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right?
You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do.
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations.
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of those stations. But she won't tell you about her. Boy.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to...
The pale? It's the end of the world. I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented.
Oh yeah. Way beyond. No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through...
Turn this...
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back. I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor.
It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel of...
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much of a
Так
difference
это
to
кто
you.
застрелил? Или свои же? Или Джойс выстрелил? Блин, кто же выстрелил? Если Джойс, наверное, здесь еще была мелкая, она знала, что здесь есть схроны с оружием. Это Джойс, возможно, выстрелил, этот либерал, которая на яхте.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Oh, well, I guess I always knew she was a... But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know.
A dull despair is creeping.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it. I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussies... Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign...
She didn't hate him, okay?
Ну, как я чувствую эмпатию-то, конечно.
I'm listening. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress them. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time. Wow. Now I'm curious. Please. No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been in... Why? Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries. Not murder mysteries either, if that's what...
She looks you in the eye, impassively, making it clear that...
Cool. They sent a ghost cop after me. The fuck do elevators have to... Not particularly. I'm not really into old shit for old...
God damn it!
So you know she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction, man. But it also doesn't sound like she used that...
Don't know it. but also,
Evaluating your competence as a police.
the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have...
She has a point there. No one meant...
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
And? Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often. Yeah. Evidence. I considered her a good friend, yeah. Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Or, worst case scenario, look at a naughty photo. Who has time to go skulking about the whirling, drilling holes? What the fuck, man? She's everyone's type. She's your type.
She's beginning to suspect you've broken into her lorry now.
Cool, man, cool. I'm glad you got off on it. What? Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes
Je ne
it
sais quoi.
impossible not to look at her when she... For the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's... Oh, so that's where you were going. That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts we didn't want to catch up with us. And we enjoyed listening to music.
The lieutenant watches her expectantly. Occasionally.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a... She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought...
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Yeah. One time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a go ahead.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols.
Was that pity? For you? She sees you're grasping for straws here.
No, I did not. So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust me.
That really comes as a blow to her.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
That's your prerogative. Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock. I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum. Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum. Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Clausia's root. It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequency. The view's pretty bomb, too. Yes, I'm sure. Yeah?
More questions before doing anything.
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him. And there hasn't...
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired...
Police radio?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Clausia's room. He was still warm.
She eyes you warily. And she's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal. A leader with no...
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy in the... She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done... She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom...
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No. Faking a lynching. Yeah. In cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of her. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire. As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have... fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did. I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for
La
questioning
puta
them.
madre.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop, this...
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can...
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head. Fucking hell. And why it's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Oh yes, they do. The cops, the criminals. Why?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up both.
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Yeah, sure. I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon. You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition?
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She's still the...
What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Хорошо, что я хил не купил.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
All good.
She looks at the machine, assess...
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down.
Oh, yes it is.
Блять.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to... No, wait. Finally, it... She flashes you an incredulous You watch as her brains trickle out through her...
Okay, we clean up. That
Надо
dance...
загружаться. Мне это не нравится. Вот что значит риторики нет. Так, ну придется до хера опять разговаривать, но я, по крайней мере, знаю, что надо кликать быстренько. Сори, я точно должен это переиграть, потому что это невозможно. Невозможно взять и дать ей умереть. Я не могу так. Я жалею, что я не качал риторику. Я качал внушение. Я думал, мне этого хватит. А надо было качать риторику. Ну-ка, может мы переоденемся? Тут есть что-нибудь, что риторику увеличивает? Может, конечно, болевой порог, то, что нам прокачает. О. Давай. Минус риторика. Оранжевая бомжовская шапка. Так, давайте думать. Ну, давайте думать тогда. Внушение +1. Пофигу на внушение. Драма, авторитет, полицейская это. Стойкость, штанкеристика, грубая сила. Ну, давайте так оставим. Возьмем... Палет возьмем. Вот это набор.
Suddenly, your entire body is like
I know, can't say it.
the voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. Doesn't wit nobody. That's not going to. Don't focus on the pain.
Really?
You're overwhelmed with
I'm using a
the explosion blasted from that pale. You should probably check on Kim. That's what good.
a pale signal.
Sounds.
So precise at the
She's
Блин,
been
столько
holed up in
разговоров,
here
блин,
the
пипец.
pail. I built it. That's it. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, the pail. Yeah.
So she thinks
If you got fine.
the gun. Well, just keep her talking, and you.
No.
So she said.
Who ratted me out? Oh. But she
Ну, мне нужно, мне вроде
well,
опыт
how
выдавать,
the
нет?
fuck did
Или
the
мне-
rest of you get by? Like
A strong moral compass.
I did plenty of broken people who don't. You think plenty of broken? Yeah,
She didn't.
I'm listening.
Я быстренько сейчас это
Man,
Вы
I
это
was with the
все
boys
видео.
the whole night. You mean the length of look? Fuck wow. Now I know why. Yeah, and probably
Вот
some
опыт.
ghosts from the time of not murder.
She looks you.
Cool. They said the fuck. Not particularly. I'm not really into. God.
So you know she's not
Don't know it.
evaluated.
The shot.
She has
That didn't go super.
And. Sure don't.
the breach.
No.
This is something.
The gun store. Trigger Happy Jack. What did you think? I'm not.
That isn't.
Never really got into. Yeah. And I considered her a good.
Her hand slipped from.
Wow. If I want to stare at a pretty
What?
girl, what?
She's beginning to suspect.
Cool. Nope. For the same reason. Oh, that's a very.
The loop.
Okay, fine. She does. She reject. I knew that wasn't.
No ill will there.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
Ну, это классе
yeah.
всех,
The
вот
girl,
этот
go
фильм
ahead.
классе, это Джонс, Джейс Джонс.
Who doesn't?
На яхте они,
The
видимо,
view's
что-то
pretty,
замутили.
it's very.
Потому что
Yes, I'm
слишком
sure.
какие-то
No.
мощные
So
замуты.
now
Was that?
I never did. No, I did not. So.
That really
Stop
comes
it.
as a blow.
Okay, great.
Beneath it,
That's your prerogative. Man,
she delivered
I got lucky. You won't get to. Yeah?
more questions before doing anything.
58.
I heard you in the past, so you found.
Her tone is.
So nice. I was.
That's her. It was dark in the shed. The waves.
How should I?
Those rings.
Who hasn't? He was still.
She's refused.
It's okay.
All right. She sits down with. Oh yeah. No, she asked.
You made it look like it.
What? Yeah. She.
Classy and knew exactly what she was doing.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether. As I keep.
But
War.
Тоже убила
Fuck it.
нашу любимую.
I'm not responsible for these people after I.
So this is
Yes. You.
through the sudden sharp pain in your head. You hear the lieutenant. Fucking hell. And why
Что у меня хп?
me?
Из-за одежды, что ли, у него
White
хп стоит?
noise. It's especially bad suddenly.
Oh yes, they.
If she knows that about you, she must know you're.
Harry, you.
So she knows.
Is that a joke or a threat? Yeah, sure. I'm sure La Puta Madre him. You've been to my lorry.
I thought she's. Wait, one thing. Possibly.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Sure you do. I bet they're just outside waiting. Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a. That sound about right?
Satellite Officer Vic Mayer looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We could either. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean.
Fantastic. I've got to get. What bunker? Don't know anything about it.
Получится? Не получится, да? Попал.
The violent white noise becomes even more.
I know it's bad. Try not to move. Look, I know this isn't very fun for you, so...
She knows about the tribunal.
Tribunal is an awfully fancy word for what they're going to do. But yet now they're gonna... And you. I'm guessing...
If one,
A third.
As I said,
Нет, сейчас у меня не будет сейчас варианта.
glad to...
the woman runs past
Она
you
просто
and
убежит.
disappears
Нет,
into the
мне тоже не
darkness
подходит.
of the tunnel.
Это мне тоже не подходит, потому что мне нужно на разговоре ее убедить. Обязательно.
All
Типа,
things
тогда она
considered,
будет
now we-
помогать. Так, это тоже не сработает хорошо. Психика, здоровье, моторика, физиология. Привет, эмпатия. Пистолет можешь не брать, все-таки взять.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white. It's like
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't.
it doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your ear. No, buddy.
Закрыть,
That's
не
not
закрыть.
going to. Don't focus on the pain. You're
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
the blasted from.
Ничего, опять с ней
You
говорить.
should probably check on Kim. That
A pale signal.
sounds.
So precise at the pale. It's. I built it myself. That's. Oh yeah. You're. God damn. Fine.
The gun. Well, just keep her
Или
talking,
пофигу.
and you'll get through this.
I heard so.
Her tone.
I-
It was dark in the shack.
No.
So
Who ratted me out? Which.
Titus and
even
Well.
a dull.
How the fuck do the rest of you like? I didn't like him. You plenty of broken. Yeah.
She didn't.
I'm listening. Man, like fuck I look. Wow. No. Why? Don't know it.
If that.
The shot could
she had
That didn't go.
I consider wow. If I wanted what the
She's beginning.
nope.
За
For the
что?
same
Her hand slipped.
Oh, that's a very
The lieutenant.
okay, fine. She reject I knew that
No ill will there.
yeah, I was a
Her hand.
yeah. What
Her hand slipped.
go ahead.
And mine too. You think
So
that really
okay,
beneath
Так, ну тут не за все ответы.
man.
it? She didn't.
I got lucky being based on I didn't like him. I'm listening.
Вот, лаз
Who
по
doesn't?
крышам
It's very
вроде.
the view's pretty yes, I'm sure. And
Оружие.
sure don't. No.
This is such a.
I'm not that. No, they're not practical. The
За
guns
оружие
trigger
тоже
had.
не
What
дают
did you
опыт.
think? The guns trigger had. What did you think? Yeah, evident. No, I never did it. So now,
Was that
no, I
На
did not.
цветы есть опыт.
Yeah.
more questions before doing it?
How should I?
Those.
Who has it? He was
She's refusing.
all right. She sits down with. Oh no, she asked.
you made it look.
What? Yeah. She.
Classy and
Yeah. As I keep
But
war. Fuck it. I'm not. I.
so this.
Yes.
За это, вот за
You.
это урон ты
Through.
не спрашивал.
Fuck it. It's especially that.
Yes. They.
She knows that.
Is that a joke or of you? You've been to my lord.
I thought she's. Wait. One thing.
Так,
Yeah,
за это сейчас.
sure you do. Well, it wasn't one of the guys. That sounds
Дадут?
Satellite. Let's go home.
fantastic.
Да, дали.
What bunker? Don't know anything about it.
Так,
No one-
закрыть. Тоже не спрашивать. Ну, 72-то, нормально, сейчас все будет. Ну как нет 72%?
The file. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like
I know you can't
Так,
say it.
the
значит,
voice
вспоминаем.
coming through the world doesn't wish to hurt you. That's an awful decision. Why would you don't focus on it?
Really?
You're overwhelmed.
I'm using a
The explosion of static blasted from that
Всё, так.
some
You should probably check on Kim.
a pale signal.
Sounds.
So precise at the
Теперь
She's been
мы
holed up.
собираем
the pale. I
эти
built it.
ответы
Oh
быстро,
yeah.
потом
Yeah. I
мы
no.
начинаем ее
Yeah,
расспрашивать.
let's not.
So she thinks
If you've got. God damn fine.
the
Всё,
gun.
поехали.
Well, just
Так, то
keep
есть
her
мы теперь.
talking.
I heard you in the. Yeah. No.
So she said,
Who ratted me out? Oh, but she couldn't have
Подружка.
Bible. What is? Oh,
a dull.
how the fuck did the? I did.
That did make her
Like
a strong moral compass.
Поехали.
She still wants.
I didn't like it. Plenty of broke. You think I was? Yeah, sure.
She didn't hate it.
I'm listening.
А,
And no, they're not. I'm not that
That murder.
sure. No.
This is some.
The trigger. What did you think? Yeah, evidence.
нет.
I consider. Oh,
Лосье.
that's a very.
The lieutenant. What?
Okay,
Ладно,
fine.
я не
She
запомнил.
does not. She. I knew that.
No ill will.
I'm not. If I wanted. What the fuck?
She's beginning to suspect.
Cool, man. Nope. For the same reason that she's yeah. I was a little worried to blow it. Go ahead.
And
Так,
mine
про
too.
коммунистов не надо спрашивать.
But keep on.
Цветы на
This must
крыше.
be done.
No.
8.
I never. So now.
Was that?
No, I did not. Yeah?
More. More questions before doing.
How should I know?
Those bodies.
Who has? He was.
She
Тоже знаю, да?
It's okay. All right. She said. Oh yeah. No. She.
You made it look
What? Yeah. She.
classy and neat.
Yeah. As I keep war. Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they. I saw.
So this is
Yes.
through the
А, более
fucking
порог мне
house.
тогда был больше,
It's
потому что
especially
Oh yes.
she knows.
Harry Dubois.
So she
я
knows
делал...
Nah. Yeah. Other question. What bunker? Don't know any.
Чем дольше болтаю, тем...
the violet white.
Надо было переодеться и сохраниться, а я вроде переоделся. Подожди, почему я такие инструменты оставил?
This hat is so. Kraz Mazov. Glory to the revolution, comrade. When suddenly your entire body is like
I
Мне
know
уже
can't
пофигу
say.
даже на
It
опыт
doesn't wish
становится.
to
Типа,
hurt you. Not. That's an awful decision. Don't focus on the pain.
I'm used to
The blast.
some.
You should probably check on Kim. It doesn't sound.
A pale signals are
Sounds.
so precise at the.
She.
The pale. No. You're big. God damn. Fine.
The gun she's carried well. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
I heard you in the past. Yeah, I heard you. So you.
Her tone is.
So nice. Not anymore.
That's her. It was dark in the shack,
No, I.
so she says
Who ratted me out? Oh, but she. My. What? Oh.
a duck.
How the fuck did I did?
That did make it
Like.
a strong moral compass.
I consider. Oh. That's a very simple.
The
Нет,
lieutenant
похуй.
Okay, fine.
А, опыт
She
у меня
rejected. I
уже.
knew that.
no ill will
Блин,
there.
время
Go
тратить.
ahead.
And mine too. If
Yeah.
more questions before doing anything.
Блять. Причем, короче, сейчас сразу идем к проверке на этот уровень боли. Потом идем сразу туда в риторику и все.
Your entire body.
Пофигу на эти. Ну 150 опыт,
I
ну и
know you
пофиг.
can't say it's.
The voice doesn't. Nobody. Don't focus on the pain.
I'm used to
The blasted from.
that.
You should.
Right. A pale signal.
Sounds.
So precise at the.
She's been holed up in.
You're big. God damn. Fine.
The gun. Well, just keep her
Говорит,
talking,
файн.
and you'll get through this.
Ура, так. Пока везение. А, он уже упавший. Ага.
The compressor lies broken on its side. She looks.
Oh fuck it.
Пипец, она решительная, конечно.
She's
Ура,
truly
фух.
desperate. She thinks she has no other option. You know.
Прошу, просто уходи.
This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives. She stares at you, frozen. The gun still. Gratitude. Doubt. She's still ready to go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you,
Все
then
отлично,
past the
живая.
lieutenant,
Нормально.
and disappears into the darkness of the.
good call. I would have done the same.
He couldn't take it like you. It irks him. Then he gets over it.
Her tent. We should check it out.
Фух, все хорошо. Интересно, тут рисунки рисовал. Ну вот, 3 здоровья. Восемь реал. Реально.
The plain red tent. The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag. It reeks of cigarettes. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another,
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend
книжку
left
We
behind.
забрали.
should read this immediately. Like,
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of this was important to her. When it was still hers, the journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have the large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal.
it's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like content.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones
Эзотерическая
probably
радиотехника.
pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance, short wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of it. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make my nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. The most recent entry is from even when I leave here, if I leave here alive. What's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused.
I just don't think she killed a mercenary. It's mostly a gut feeling.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than Wida's. Classy was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... Either way, we need to keep an eye. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags.
Да. Это правда. Ну ладно, наденем другую шапку. Где этот супер галстук сумасшедший-то? Вот он. А, вот сюда, кстати, может я... Может тут что-то есть, проход еще какой-то. Нету? Так, итого, нам теперь надо идти к Руби. Музыка, Долорес Дэй. А музыка-то у меня играет же.
The trap is fourth.
Зачем сюда прибежал? Вопрос. Ну и почему? Я не могу использовать. Ну. Почему я могу быстрое перемещение теперь сделать еще?
Yes, what is it? Yes, what is it?
All you hear,
Yes, what is it?
all you,
Еще 3 раза.
Yes, what is it?
all,
Ой.
Yes, what is it?
all you,
Ну, мне кажется, да. Я в тот раз стыкался. Мне
Yes,
кажется, это сюжетно
what is it?
нельзя.
all you.
3% все-таки мало. Ладно.
The mother of human. Why? That does seem to be, I don't know, only a strange. The mother of humanism.
Почему не могу быстро перемещение сделать? Может, потому что мне пешком надо дойти. Там что-то сюжетное сейчас будет. Мартинес. Как выпить-то?
Our tenant, please.
И хижина рыбаков тоже. Да, видимо, надо пешком пройтись. О, чуваки мне что-нибудь новенькое уж расскажут.
Ratan! Now is the... Oh! You will see... First the spirits! The blue medicinal spirits! Crash, Ratan! Now is not the time to celebrate. Now is the time to get ready! Trust me on this! This... Ratan! No! Please uncork it! I can make it...
The bottle opens with a silent, mysterious hiss. The fumes...
Now, Ratan! Take me off!
Your fingers manage to undo the oily knot, and the necktie slides off.
Now! Put me in the bottle!
As the necktie slides into the purifying liquid, large stains of grease rise off, cleansed by the blue spirit fire of 98.7% pure alcohol. The fabric, the necktie floats in the bluish liquid. There is silence.
The lieutenant has been observing you quietly. He's struggling to keep silent. But finally,
I've got to ask, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Of course it has. And what has the necktie been telling you, if I may ask? Wonderful.
he doesn't actually believe it's one.
Okay, so why did you put it in the bottle? Right, okay. Anyway, I'm glad you
Right,
told me
okay.
your necktie has been speaking to you. That must not have been easy.
We're all under stress. This is turning into...
Let's go.
Что теперь у нас чистый галстук? Что он дает? А, пригодится, когда отступать уже некуда. Зажигательная бомба. Круто. Вот так и будем ходить. Так, а вместо галстука оденем эту крутую штуку оберег. Да, не хочет перемещаться. А еще саму-то еще 8:38. Я же хотел с ними побеседовать.
Tequila Suns. Not that that might.
Чё ж будет?
Stop. Just up ahead.
Опа,
Danger.
впереди
You are
опасность.
prepared. Don't put away your... The oily tail end of your necktie-turned fuse glistens in the...
Yes, I hear commotion.
Good.
I'm all out of shits to give,
Ну, вон
loincloth.
эти.
Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Нифига у них броня.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. Shut up. You're not gonna...
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street?
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know
He is facing overwhelmingly
peaceful.
Рут Хунг Лувен. Это вот этот вот чувак. Нифига себе.
nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's work.
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss some?
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first. My plan is not to get killed, but to...
He doesn't want to.
The mercenary tribune.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Pig fuck! Ah, yeah! Welcome to the fucking party.
No one is going to kill anyone.
With a wordless gurgle, the leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the blue...
All right! End game! Let me on...
Wait. It's a good thing you have an anthropomorphic petrol bomb. It really is.
Антропоморфная
But you have
бензиновая
to
бомба.
soften him up first. Even if it comes to a fight, it's a good idea. No, please. Peace. It has worked this far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You...
Yeah. I don't fucking act so well. Laylee had a hard-on for making faces for you natives. Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his arm click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture puzzle coming together. Isn't it? No. Probably foster brothers. Elise.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death. Who? Laylee.
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor, and now
It's a mindfuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to...
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down. Claw. Fuck do you mean?
We've heard testimony. People say he was...
Yeah. He liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me...
Ready to open fire.
He sways from left to right, inspecting me.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same same fucking mud hut town, too.
Okay, good.
Find his killer. Cop. His killer stands right. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner. The raddest. The killer. What do you think he does? Smart loincloth. He fucks natives up. Soldier of the apocalypse.
Easy. Easy now.
Чё, рискнем?
Who the fuck is...
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left! What am I doing? My fucking establishment is under fire! You know, she left! Her room's cleaned out!
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
She's gone. For God's sake, tell him the Hardys didn't do it. Present a case.
Yeah? Who did that?
You should implicate yourself. Throw yourself onto the embrasure. Chest first.
Time. You had time to fuck around in the...
Time is up, loincloth. Give...
No, wait! He didn't.
You think this is funny? What if I just shot one of your pals here for fun? How about the kid? That'd be fucking...
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't...
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him.
You're lying.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ears. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another
You think I care what that company cunt?
He isn't just boasting. He really doesn't care. Back out of this now.
Fucking waste!
Ignore her.
Yes. So what? Nah. I'm clear as day.
Enough already! What is this?
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, lad.
Now, you got them both off-piste. He's foaming mad at her.
72% должно же сработать.
International something.
Look around!
There will be ramifications, but there don't need to be.
We're not fucking...
Say something. Get off this trail. Thank God it's only ineffectual thus far.
What's the matter, loincloth?
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain
Идет
man
загружаться.
raises his rifle and takes aim. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of burning...
God, please.
Нет, я хочу нормально с ним поговорить. Че, я зря что ли эти все статы вкачал?
I'm all up.
This is the
This is the kid. You are.
He is Nest.
Fuck. The mercenary tribunal. My plan is...
He doesn't want to, but he...
If this turns into a firefight, we should...
Get lost.
Pig fuck!
Die!
No.
With the lead.
All right!
Wait. Even... No, please. Peace.
Rude.
All of you cunt rip you up.
The gunner. What do you think he does?
What are we waiting for?
Hold your fire!
He is not used to commanding or leading. He feels uncomfortable. He'd rather shoot to kill.
Who the fuck?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
One of my shit.
We should have...
You can...
Hey!
She's... For God's sake. Tell him the...
Yeah?
You should implicate yourself.
Time.
Time is up, loincloth. Give me a name. Now! The bird.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's a...
Где другие ответы?
I'm all...
This is the kid. You are.
He is... Nest...
Fuck.
The lieutenant is genuinely worried.
Просто с утречка разборки устроили.
Get...
Pig fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today.
No one is going to kill any.
With the leader.
All right!
Wait. Even if it... No, please. Peace. It has worked this far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down. All right. It really... You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
I am a Cornell major with over 15 years of live combat experience. When my colonel get... Nah. I just have the biggest...
Technically, the other man has...
King Reaper. You're right. But you see...
Okay, it's not much. But easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. Dangerous. Ask about him first.
Yeah. Sergeant Major.
As he moved, click. No. Probably foster brothers.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating.
He sways.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beaten. You don't know.
You lost. Don't let him finish the He sways.
He wasn't my same.
Okay, good.
Ooh.
We research.
It's...
Open fire.
Fuck do you...
We've heard...
Yeah, if
Ready.
Baby, it was creep. Fine, I know what...
Big talk. But that leaf compactor won't leave his mark.
Rude.
All of you cunts.
The gunner. What do you think he does?
What are we...
Hold your fire!
He is not used to commanding or leading. He feels
Yeah?
You should implicate yourself. Throw yourself onto the embrasure. Chest first.
How fucking...
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
What the fuck? You think I'm fucking stupid? Go ahead.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead.
Your mind grinds to a halt. He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke, the shot.
Мне это не нравится. Это еще все странно. Стоп, подожди, если я к нему зайду. Закрыто у него. Нужно немножечко подумать, пораскинуть мозгами. Ну, вот так. Только кроссовки надо снять. Все, сейчас все получится.
This the kid. You are all drunk.
He is. Nest. Fuck. The lieutenant is.
Get lost, comedian. You cop.
Pig fuck!
Oh.
No one.
With the lead.
All right!
Wait. It's a good thing you have, and as even if no, please. Peace. It has worked this far. Start with dangerous. Ask about him.
Sergeant May.
As he click. No. Probably foster.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating. Baby, it was creep. Fuck do you...
We've heard this...
Yeah, If
Ready to open.
Ooh, we research.
It's.
Open fire.
Ooh, we research.
It's.
Open fire.
he wasn't saying fuck.
Okay, good.
Fuck, I know.
Big talk. But that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon.
Yeah?
You should implicate
Да, блять, опять я это
yourself.
нажал.
Throw yourself onto the
No, wait! He didn't.
You think this is fun? How about the kid?
Listen, please. This.
Your mind grinds to a halt.
Go ahead.
Это жесть какая.
I'm all out.
This. You.
Я опять нажимаю этот вариант, мне нужно с ним просто нормально все обговорить, и все. А я жму один тот же вариант, чтобы... Что все, сейчас я вердикт выношу.
Get lost.
I think
Pig fuck!
No.
with the leaf. Wait, even no.
Так, сначала, значит,
please.
беседа. Начало внушения,
Peace.
то, что у нас прокачано.
Dangerous.
Sergeant,
As he moved, click. No.
for killing, maiming,
Очко навыков.
humiliating
Так, очко
our
навыков можно сейчас
commanding
скачать, чтобы что-то
officer,
было. А что там у нас?
all sentenced to
Логика.
death by lead. Baby, it was creep. Fuck do you?
We've heard.
Yeah, if
Ready to open.
Ooh, we research.
It's.
Open fire. He sways.
he wasn't my fucking. You don't.
You don't let
Fuck, I know.
big talk.
Так,
But that leaf compactor
Риторика
won't leave his
58.
mind anytime soon. It's a
Who the?
Glacier, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left. She.
We should have.
you can.
Hey, but
She's for God's sake. Tell him the hardest didn't do it. Present a case.
yes. So nah.
Enough!
Interrupt.
Now, you got them both off-piste. He's for you. He isn't just boast.
Fuck!
Ignore her. She's not the main threat.
Rude.
All of you cunts.
The buddy smart.
Easy. Easy now.
так, риторика 72%. Ну,
All right. Really? None of this. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
Pops, you have no idea about the right. If I fuck and kill you, hang you to that streetlight, no one's going to give a shit about death.
Okay, it's not much. But easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out. With a crash of shattering glass and a terrible roar, the fire draws in oxygen. The bomb hit in the fiery inferno. You see your tie. Quite.
I only ever wanted you to have fun, Harry.
My name, should you know it, is Jupson AS Men's Fashion Model, Colourful Tie, Catalogue Number J. One day a sad man walked into a clothing store. He looked really darn like he hadn't had. Jupson AS Catalogue Number J327 shone on the tie rack, trying to get his attention. The sad man picked it, and from that moment on, we rode together. The rest of your clothes was, truthfully, not a lot. I did everything a multi-pan. Drink beer, drink wine.
Your heart is broken, Bratushka, and it cannot. No, you're going to be mowed down by gunfire from the two remaining You both did, Bratan. Deep down, you know it was both of you.
This guy, well, his face has cracked open into, his body.
It's good to see you. See you on the other side. Harry, for God's sake, watch out!
To your right, the killer raises his rifle
Получится.
and takes aim. The shot rings and you stumble. Something
Ну ладно, просто
violently tugs
захилимся,
at your
ничего.
shoulder,
Ничего
pushing
страшного.
you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of burning.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's. He has to. The rifle. Then, two shots ring, and you hear a scream. But you're too hurt to see Glenn dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled. Oh God! You see two crazed eyes stare at you through the burning meat and the flames. With his face boiling, the look of vengeance framed by melting skin. Here it comes. Death. You can't There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lung. Nothing. A persisting darkness.
You're bleeding out. Stay with me. Yes, keep talking. You hear me?
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, a slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him.
Хочешь на стол залезть? А, кошка?
You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound.
This is dead, brother. You already were a ghost. Up there screaming along with all of them. It's the living who are ghosts.
The fight? There is no fight. He's not taking it. His body and rotting and being disinfected.
He can't go. Not if there is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will... It was him.
Все, все-таки
He
отъехал,
is
да?
the infernal
Но
engine.
мне кажется, как-то можно идеально с ними поговорить. Так, и
You
что
see
будет?
the lieutenant's familiar shape in the...
Нет, мне не нравится. Это, конечно, хорошо кинуть туда. Но мне кажется, что-то не то.
out.
This is the kid you.
Сейчас мы нормально все проверочки пройдем.
Get lost.
Pig fuck!
No.
With the...
All right!
Wait, even... No, please. Peace.
Yeah,
Сначала
As in...
внушение.
No.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead.
Что там скорость реакции у меня на восприятие? Что там качать?
It would... He sways. He wasn't my fucking bro.
You don't let him...
Fine, I know what...
This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please, act. International...
Да как нет-то, блядь?
I'm all...
This
Fuck. The loot.
Get lost.
Pig fuck! All right!
Wait, even... No, please. Peace.
Внушение умею.
Sergeant...
Потом
As
первый
in...
вариант.
No.
For killing... He was saying...
Okay, good. He swayed.
He wasn't my... You don't know...
You don't let...
Fine, I know what...
This did nothing. You think you were onto something?
Риторика, давай.
All right. Really? No, you only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
I am a Grinnell major with over 15 years of luck. Nah. I just...
Technically, the other man has the biggest gun. But we're beyond that now.
You're right. But you see...
Okay, it's not much. Easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out.
Yes. All right.
That didn't work at all. He's more focused now.
Блин, а кто же это сделал-то, блин? Причем, если даже кого-то скажу... По идее, если пройти просто все проверки... то вообще никто не умрет.
With a crash of in the
I only ever wanted you to have...
See you on the other side! Harry, for God's sake! Watch out!
To
Вот
your
сейчас
right, the killer
вот скорость
raises his
ну
rifle and takes
58%.
aim at you. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of
Я стал
The
бессмертным.
man tilts his head. Try. Watch out. To your left.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in him. He has to. The two shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets. As rude, an unbelievable shot. Glenn, dying.
Ну, Глен, ну
Puddle
пофиг.
of blood behind you. His mangled. Oh God! You see two crazed eyes stare at
Вот
you
сейчас сам
through
вам
the
проверка.
burning meat and the flames.
Ну
With his
3%
face
это
boiling off,
невозможно.
the man raises his pistol at you. Then he
Ну ладно, это
squeezes the
все,
trigger.
в принципе, все, Глен один, Бабу я бы никак не... Значит, все нормально.
The pain is too immense to feel slick and warm with blood. The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Most of what's down there. You can also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Something very... Nothing. A persisting darkness.
You're bleeding out. Yes, keep talking.
But you can't. A slender white shadow towering. Someone scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring. You hear a faint scream. A woman.
This is death. One.
The fight? He's... it was him. He is the infernal engine.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully. No, we will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become
Психолокомотор.
a
Я психолокомотор.
psycholocomotor.
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not. Good. You'll need to be.
Что бы это ни значило.
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. Back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent office. I'm sure they're worried about you. I did. No need. Easy now. How are you?
The lieutenant looks at you, teetering on your feet.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water. Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour. Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war.
Isn't that written on your...
Cops like it. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay. What happened? You threw an improvised petroleum bomb at the Major. A firefight ensued. Very.
A blood-stained killer.
Мне не нравится это. У меня есть какое-то отторжение от этого прохождения.
This
is a...
He is...
Какой-то, как будто это неправильно, как будто это фигня какая-то.
Pig, fuck!
To your left, you
We're gonna tear right.
No one.
with the lead.
All right!
Wait, even no, please.
Все, значит, идем
Peace.
так. Сначала внушение.
Dangerous. Ask about
Yeah, Sergeant.
as in click no.
For killing?
He swore.
He wasn't my fuck. You don't know shit.
Теперь мы делаем...
Lance Corporal, why don't you?
You don't let him finish the sentence.
Who? Where is?
It's...
Open fire. We can't have that.
Fine, I know.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mark. All right, really, you only have time for one argument.
What always happens when you get good at your job? That name meant the same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it not after.
Okay, it's not much. Easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a...
Yes. So what? Didn't sound like nothing.
Enough already!
Interrupt me again.
Now, you got them both off-piste. He's foaming mad at her.
Или что, и нам обязательно? Потому что если мы сейчас сделаем вердикт...
Yeah?
You should implicate yourself. Throw yourself onto
Тут
the
начнется
embrasure.
замутно, тогда у нас будет больше
Chest
стрелков.
first.
How?
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
One of us? How about the kid?
Listen, please. This cop and this drug.
Your mind
Да, блядь.
grinds to a halt.
Я не понимаю, какой будет самый лучший вариант.
I'm all out. Put your...
Потому что я не могу
This
сказать,
is
что
the
кто-то из них...
This is a the kid. You are.
He Nest.
Fuck.
The lieutenant is...
No. We have to step in. This is not going to end.
Это очень... Чё, по-любому тут только с ними стреляться.
Get lost.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Pig fuck!
You're probably gonna get killed too.
To your left, you hit
No one is going to kill.
with the lead. Wait. It's a good thing. Even no, please. Peace. Dangerous.
Yeah. Sorry.
As he click, no.
For killing?
He swore.
He wasn't saying.
Okay, good.
But I know.
This did nothing. You think you were onto something?
Да закрой рот.
All right, really? You only have time for one arc, so you just stand there. This is bad. Very bad. Do or say something now.
What's the matter, Lord?
Shit, this is it. Tell him.
Rude. Kill him.
Все разбежались.
Repulsive
Так.
man raises his rifle and takes aim. The shot rings and you stumble.
Да попадет он мне, пофигу. У
tugs
меня
at your
хилка.
shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of God, please. He has to. Then, two shots ring and you hear a scream. But you're too blood gush. An unbelievable Glenn.
Да блин, он не убежал,
Puddle
что
of
ли?
blood. Oh God. You see two cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming
Невозможно.
at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes.
Не,
the
походу надо
trigger.
все-таки кидать в него. Надо, походу, его уничтожать.
You can't.
Вот это вот желание сделать идеально, оно может и руинит мне сейчас все впечатление. Уже столько раз переигрывать.
This is a
Так что надо
misunderstanding.
просто в него
You are-
кинуть как
He
следует.
is Nest.
Только сначала залутать
The
экспириенс,
lieutenant-
конечно. Уровень получим сейчас.
Get lost.
I think
Pig fuck!
Oh,
No.
we're the lead.
All right!
Wait, Eve, no, please. Peace.
Yeah. Sergeant.
As he click, no.
For killing.
He swore.
He wasn't my saying.
Okay, good.
Fuck. Yeah. If let.
ready to open.
We're
It.
open fire.
Hey. He was saying.
Okay,
Fine. I know.
big talk, but that leaf compactor won't international something.
There will be remedy.
We're not fucking.
Say something. Easy now. Easy. Just tell them these
Ну,
men
поджигаем.
didn't
То есть
do
это
it.
неизбежно.
There's a peaceful way out.
Что убьют Глена, получается.
With a crack
И
in
этот
My
отъезжает.
name, should you know it, is Jubson A.S. Men's. My name should one day Jubson A.S. get looked, and from that moment on, truthfully, drink beer, drink.
Your heart. No, you're
Drink
going to be
beer.
mowed down by
Пить вино,
gunfire
пить
from the
сидр.
two remaining marks. You both did, Ratan.
This guy, yeah. His body contorts in a very...
Eventually, we all.
See you on the other side. Harry, for God's sake, watch out!
Хватит, мне интересно, здесь скорости реакции.
To your right, the killer raises his
58.
right. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels the man tilts his head. Watch out.
God.
He has to. Two shots ring at once.
Глену, видимо,
From the
в любом
lieutenant's
случае, да,
pistol,
капсда.
and the other, Glenn. Oh God, you see two crazed eyes stare at you through the burning meat and the flames. With his face boiling off, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger.
Все, понятно, сейчас этот рептильный мозг. Все, играем дальше, не будем больше загружаться.
The
cop! Protect the cop!
Nothing. A persisting dark.
You're bleeding out. Stay with me. Yes.
But a slender white shadow towering.
Давай.
Someone scream immediately.
Авторитет.
No. You hear.
This is death. One more, bro. It's the living who.
There was...
It
Все,
was
играем
him.
дальше. Не будем
Is
больше
the
загружаться.
infernal
Играем.
engine.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise.
Isn't that?
Cops like it. The gates of. I think we may have. Yes, we have also. It's not out. Mr. 2 days. Yes. What happened?
He doesn't.
Very.
A blood-stained kill.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was
Глен
not
прям
for
пулю
me.
позвоночник.
Glenn did not survive.
Он не
This
умер.
is not the first person to.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died
Они в
before
любом
they made
случае
it to
умирают, когда
intensive
заварушка
care.
начинается.
Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. Yes, he's still alive. You were bleeding out by then. I think you said you lied about being an amnesiac, and you warned me.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened. The Pole was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Crenel because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown. Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know. 4. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, and Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. This is the one. All. Oh no, officer. It's but what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. And we...
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two.
Reasonably bad. We...
If it's possible.
Good. You... No.
A man back to that shithole.
I called your station after the fight. The injury... I'm sure they're worried. I did. It's part of a detective...
Can you?
Вы тоже так
Not very.
умеете.
Things would be... Easy now. How are you?
The lieutenant looks at you.
I honestly don't know. Do you? Because we can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce said, yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines. Or that is what I've heard. There's a... maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested... Oh yes. She left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. Turns out it was a bad idea not to arrest her. But maybe it was...
Who would have figured?
That was our job to find out, wasn't it? Honestly, I just don't know. Our circle of suspects... Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. Absolutely. There's no other way to go about it.
He's made his peace with it.
What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected.
He's wrong.
Okay. I don't know. That's been there for years. Yes, God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable. It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy. We could find thousands more if we wanted.
But they seemed so mysterious.
No need to be melodramatic. I'm afraid we may not be able to locate communism, detective, on account of it being dead. I am glad that you do.
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
It really is.
He sounds surprisingly weary.
No. Are you ready to let good?
Ballistics. In Clausia's room. Do it properly.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know.
Wasteland of reality. Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple.
У меня внушение -3, а все равно дофига. Класс.
The bathroom mirror is... These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's...
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. I am sure...
Он даже хромает.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines. I'm sorry. I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift? I am not drawing my gun. Yet.
Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
It's hardly surprising.
It's hardly surprising.
The medicine cabinet. Pity.
I always took you for...
О, красная нить какая-то. Ну, нитка привязана к антенне. И что? Это направление выстрела, типа, что ли?
This window is pristine. At least...
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes. And like the witness said, the man is kneeling. The woman is on her back. It's the night of... The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast a red thread bisecting the room shows from the roof outside. Location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a... Maybe if you extrapolate all possible points of origin first, the thread... The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. 72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belmagrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. None that you've found thus far. But that doesn't mean that's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern B prime for Boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the Islet Detective. They may be 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled... 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable... The shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window. Between then, there's the thread the witness left. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B, the island in the bay.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. I remember. She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet...
She had a long time to think about it after.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make? So it is.
For a second he seems... tired.
I just haven't gotten a lot of...
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. He is trying to justify it to himself.
I understand. Of course. I mean, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course.
Так, то есть получается...
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you... I give credit where credit is due, and that was a crazy move. Crazy effective. Petroleum bomb. Never seen any...
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. Oh, you know, People don't tend to stick around after shootouts. I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because...
It really took courage. Don't pick at him. He nods back at you. Make that 3. The lieutenant is nodding too. Hands crossed.
No problem. They'll come back. They'll... Another thing. Great. Yes.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Стоит, кайфует здесь просто.
Seeing you approach.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that. There I was, thinking, where are we gonna find an impressive shit, Copper? None of us.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Now, how can I help you? Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten in.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I loved that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But Dennis, that poor little rat is dead too.
He didn't like him. That only makes it worse.
Well, yeah. Memento mori.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed at...
Or you might die of a heart failure.
Hey, fuck you.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than... Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows. And maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't know?
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her?
Nope.
He nods and takes another sip of whiskey.
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janro. She's got a knack for making men forget.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene. And you too, Alain.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. Take care, coppers.
Copo loco.
Coppers.
And normal cop, I guess.
Thanks for getting involved, guys.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
I will, Capo. That's a promise.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger...
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the...
А это что, так сидел просто и все на все смотрел? Что это вообще за лысик круглосуточно здесь сидит? Ух ты.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fire. This was Cindy the Skull. The lieutenant crouches.
Looks like it, yes. And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't... You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there. You know.
Ну, а как мне подожжать граффити? У меня же есть сиги, я же купил сиги. Где они?
The graffito. This was...
Не понял. Так, это что мне скажет?
Mon Dieu, officer. It is worse than I... Maybe it's time to slow...
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various... A colorful...
Again, I'm obliged to inform. Here you go, mister.
The graffito has... This was Cindy. The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. What if the words are not directed at the people of Martinez, or even the coalition? If the lieutenant has taken a small step back, the flames warmed him to...
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flame...
Остров, откуда сделан выстрел. Ну это с острова, типа, да? Вот в этом здании вряд ли. Здесь сразу не может быть наверху. Ага, он даже и не хочет ходить в темноте. Да я тоже никогда не пойду в темноте. О, надо с участком связаться.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
This is Precinct 57.
Something is wrong. Only no reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our... It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on. No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8... I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, you can try calling again.
Everything sounds in the cabin. You see...
This is Precinct 57. How may I... Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. 10-4. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
A metallic pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Ну, сильно нет смысла.
Sylvie? Yes. Oh, great. What helps you?
You hear the call.
Жалко, что тут они не доработали, что позвонить можно, но только зачем? Неужели можно до расследования вообще не делать и до этой стадии игры довести?
Between you and me, this is why I don't get in its purest form. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Ну пусть будет у меня еще винтовка.
Another time.
Officer, what?
She sounds almost...
Look at you, you can barely walk. Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint...
You didn't only get shot.
Well, good for you. So you're a killer. That's good, I guess. I guess. Better than being dead. Hi. I guess you are. Of course. That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with Ether, will you? Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war.
Hasn't been there herself. Who
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And
Of course, ma'am. It's only...
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corner.
Please be conservative with the fuel.
Please be conservative with the fuel.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't look like he...
And that iron, that's, nothing. It's just a seafood and some and we make a fire. Gather the sticks for the fire. They're alive. The fire.
Your nerve endings sting. They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like it. Yes. I don't know.
Did you mean there are...
Yes. No, he doesn't live. No, he lives there. Been there twice. He doesn't live there. He isn't there. So
Anything else?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled. Our father told Dinty that he didn't. I don't know. Doesn't even have anything to do with this year. There's
Lights. Fire guy.
Ну, поплыли.
A skiff, once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off it. Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your... Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth.
Так, что мне осталось сделать? Отправить на остров. Проверить вероятные точки. То есть все-таки, наверное, на остров сразу плыть не надо. Все-таки. То есть, скорее всего... Скорее всего, мне нужно что там, какие там точки... Какая-то дальняя, крайняя... А, я понял, откуда это. Вон там с пирса, что ли? И вот отсюда. А, или сверху вот этого дома. Отсюда. Давайте туда сначала сбегаем. На крышу вот здесь подняться, из этого окна можно идти. А, здесь есть проход. То есть надо просто наверх подняться сейчас. Опа, записочка, что это такое, не было раньше. Открытка Мартинес. Что мне здесь делать? Ага, туда пройти нельзя. Как проверить все точки? Как понять? Так. Как мне проверить все точки? Чё сюда забрался? Да. Чё, значит, на остров плывем, что ли? Хардкор не будем мы тут ему находить. Ну, в церковь может зайти все-таки. А что там делать?
The skiff, once you get... Have you... Remember what the net picker said? It's a small...
What? Fine. Let's blast Sadefem then.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free.
Мне кажется, я поторопился.
Want to
The boat comes to us in the silence.
Let's go.
Ну, идем. Ладно, сейчас, видимо, закончим. Какую-то концовку получим. О, определите, откуда сделан выставку, квест остался. И эти остались. Так, сюда пройти нельзя. Много мазута тут.
ICM. This feels for
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the community.
sounds an awful lot like.
It does. The RCM made this. It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush. It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a
There were all sorts of groups and groupuscules back then. No. And
with its horns in the sky.
No, that's the...
A DeLorean era symbol of...
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Heffer. One of these barrels...
Лейтенант дважды эфрейтор. Куда? Нет, мама.
Books and magazines lie scattered on. Most are soft covers. Serialized fantastique and detective stories among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories. You find a magazine cathodique.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Not that you can tell. Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a... The print in some of these is pretty small, though. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh.
A flash of pain interrupts you.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Yes, anytime.
You don't have to be a hero.
Ты с какой целью интересуешься? Не знаю. Звони, спроси, напиши.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift with makeshift electrical wire. The lieutenant puts his hand on...
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. Downstairs, somewhere? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a hollow ring. The canister is empty.
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm.
Кто здесь живет, интересно? Какой-то суперснайпер, который решил застрелить того наемника. Просто решил потренироваться.
You see
another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still... Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open? Alright, I retract my statement. It was naive. Let's look around and get it open.
Да, это было слишком наивно, правда. А, там внизу надо пробежать, что ли? Нифига себе.
Green paint flicks off the keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs with wires. Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé.
Да, тут вообще тут невероятно заварушка была. Народ постреляли. Я кинул банку с взрывной смесью в наемника, он загорелся, потом меня ранили. Вообще непонятно. Но тут, видимо, где-то 200 концовок в этой игре. Я, очевидно, не к самой лучшей иду, но пофигу, пока меня все устраивает.
We need to restore power before using it. We should look around outside.
Restore power.
There are barrels all over.
На остров какой-то приплыли, все там типа те квесты уже не сделать, которые остались.
Let's just look around.
The consul stands by, mutely. Urgence, nothing happens. The dial.
Insular.
Нет электричества, понял. Люк заклинило. Это что? Ничего себе. Что это за остров вообще? Так, ладно, не будем бегать. Да он хромает, сильно ранили. Еще спать придется посреди бела дня. Канистра с топливом, 48.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof.
This looks like a good place to aim from.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use, brand name, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with the silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand,
could be a coincidence, or the same person has visited. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also...
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, quite old and grimy, from years without... The springs screech as you lean on the mattress. Trepidation. A tingling... A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white.
Давай, давай. Я тоже, я если сегодня пройду вот эту, но я думаю, уже как раз закруглюсь, то завтра можно будет погамать. На рашке надо попробовать, может не будет лагать на рашке.
I can see it through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress.
Самое главное, Тимох, чтобы мне нравилось.
He's conflicted for a second. There's guilt there. It takes him a moment to rationalize it away.
Where?
Ну, я бы сказал, это аудиокнига. Потому что они очень хорошо постарались, все озвучили.
I have always assumed it, so we should move now.
Ну, срочно, не срочно. В Вот мне кажется, если я буду много бегать с этой ногой покоцанной, то он скажет: все, реально, там, я ложусь спать. За мной еще наблюдают, охуеть.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off in the snowy mirror of the bay. You see Martinez.
Как хоть я. Отлично, отлично. Завтра крайний день из 4 дней смены, и потом у нас получается выходные. Надо попробовать Лигу Легенд и сыграть на рашке, потому что из-за пинга очень тяжело играть на Весте. Нифига себе, вот тут. Ты как? Самое главное, у меня все вообще отлично, мне кажется. Даже не кажется, у меня все заебись. Уже здоров, цел. Орел. А у тебя что там с работкой? Ну что это вот провода? Ну вот сюда.
This the lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt.
Ну а
There's a red starter switch on the recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old
Тебе нравится?
before settling
Как
down
здоровится?
to a rattle.
That should do it.
Ваше измотанное тело нуждается в отдыхе. Ладно, давайте отдохнем. Ладно. Меня Ким охраняет.
The offer still stands.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there. In the dark, the blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete, you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to sleep.
Как твои похождения в VVBBB? Неужели Ким Кицураги пропал куда-то? И где лейтенант? У меня даже ничего не показывается. Здесь? Опа. А, сон.
Dolorous day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice, but you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be... Let her go. This is the holy queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic knowledge we...
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the... We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Ravachol.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling.
О, видос вместо синапсис супер VVV. Ты всех убил там, наверное, с ульты, сделал квадрокилл. Просто ульта Нуну, мобильность невероятный. Невероятный персонаж. Я недавно смотрел видосы по Смайту, и ностальгировал.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against. She is not kissing you back. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. Her chest rising like a pillow. Warm exhalation. Hidden. Distant. Kept safe. Feels like soft fuzz. A bird covered in down feathers. The world's most precious material. Reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it. The delicate wreath on her forehead.
Нет, это типа Долорес Дэй, это типа а-ля Иисус, который 300 лет назад был, ну типа того. Непонятная какая-то сущность, которая управляла там государствами, но ее замочили. А от нее жена же ушла, и вот он ее, как я понимаю, это жена в образе вот этой Долорес Дэй.
Her hand does not return the grip. Nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but the moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew, brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't now. Go ahead. Ask me more questions.
More questions. Ask more.
It's not. But... I don't know why I said but. That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times.
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
See? It just takes some time. For you, it will take something like 20 years, maybe? But I can't...
She keeps her shoulders squared
Мужичка быстро нашла
and her back
нового.
straight. But it's clear, you're still making her sad.
Проще начать жить заново, видимо.
It's okay. Yes. Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. What other things? We've been through all the things, Harry. I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day.
Ты просто злобная макака. Мы все просто злобные макаки.
Oh, Harry, you shouldn't have done that. Call me like that.
You ruined it. There was still a chance. You should have waited longer. She would have called you instead.
Oh, Harry, do you really think so? We haven't talked in years. Months already. Soon it will be years. Every season that passes...
The air gets cold around you. She looks down on her stomach. Then, it means pain. Why?
Great. Now, wasn't I Dolores Day just as... I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
We all told you. Everyone warned you.
Everyone. Literally all of you.
My friends are waiting for me on the platform.
What?
It is. Useless. The morning. I don't understand. Oh my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear... I can't do that anymore.
Это, видимо, их последний разговор, он прокручивает.
People... Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me. Now that I am the rule...
A tiny golden watch with red straps.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless Found Rider. The figurines don't do anything? Anything at all? Yes, a form of communication where words affect. Yes, it was a good idea. But she felt obliged by the headless phone rider to give you things in return. Things she no longer wants to give you. So she refused.
Harry, I don't want things. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider. We both said a lot of things. We were very young. As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her. For effect. All of it. No summary.
Okay, Harry. Okay. It was morning and you slept. The room smelled of cigarettes. It was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then. Filled to the brim with love for you. Hanging on your every word.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, mood.
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants. Smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin. The day we went to eat. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair. Kiss me. Talk to me about anything. Go... But is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have all... That is very contested by modern historians. Very contested. You're only saying this because things didn't work out between us.
Stop making her angry. She wants...
You were very bad to me too. We've talked about it like 7 million times. I am actually very ordinary, Harry. This thing you've made me into. My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all...
Then it's you. You will make her lungs glow. Your pain is not meaningless.
Я прощаю тебя за то, что беременна.
No answer. The arches of her brows. You won't do any of that. You can barely make her cry.
I have to, Harry. Really.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong.
No. That would only be painful and light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean. That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. I won't see you, but you... Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war. See you tomorrow.
Вот так вот.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was...
The lieutenant nods. I understand. We've all been through similar things. It can be overcome.
Of course. I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on? Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed her... Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and dim gold.
It's on. Turn emergency.
The lighting in the room turns on with the blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft
Вот
of
эта
light
дверька.
appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Нифига себе дверька.
After you. So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came. I don't know. Don't worry. I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Так.
A dim golden glow, and the dial slides up.
Insular. This is an off-air radio computer, I believe. Used for...
Кто же здесь ждет нас? Кто это тут все задумал? Тут видны небольшие белые цветочки. О, снайпер.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame, then spits it out into the extinguished, unclouded by cataracts. His eye is practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates
my eyesight. Yes, helps me. The what now? I may have all sorts of fire guy.
Он поехавший снайпер.
Regressive, but I did. Reactionary rock and roll music.
I told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmat, the fascists were right. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. It's a triangong.
A samurai rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military. You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the board.
The lieutenant pulls.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of Corus.
The words, I am an enemy.
And what rank would that be? Dog. A big wheel of the 4th Regiment, the pederast army. It's out of bullets.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels the rifle's in a shabby state. Like a crutch on the butt, you see Vespertine.
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily...
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti. The right type and the right caliber.
He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. Some kind of involuntary response. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a...
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a whole...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fought 43 years. No. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48. 43 years and 10 months. It's not how a human being should live. But I had to.
He nods. But he can.
What have you been doing during...
Hiding, fishing.
2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a ship. Patrol Officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. The officers go, leaving behind the writing.
Always waiting. For her to...
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. It won't. The material base for the historic opportunity for our revolution has passed.
What has he done? Perhaps a confession will...
Yes, what? To get things...
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left. I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. Well done. I won't explain it. It's not an island. What? It's a defensive fortification. The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? Yeah, sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation? You don't know. You haven't seen it.
He nods.
How does anyone survive? Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up blood since winter.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65.
The RCM can provide medical...
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. I have been running out of that stuff. There's nothing to look over. I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with I don't even know what. Inferno? No wonder. All your minds are rotting from the radio waves. I watched the traitors of... It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training.
There were posters.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust, and others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols. You
Вот что мне казалось тогда в этом, в канализации.
They'd started
Кто-то есть ночью.
You move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I don't want to. They're all traitors.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking.
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walking.
The propaganda bunker.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No, I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack.
The old man looks across the...
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. The enemies of human. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve.
A spray of blood from his mouth. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows. No, I am not a soldier. Trained in historical materialism. Then a son.
The old man does not answer.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and...
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of, he was like a cleric.
No, the opposite of that.
He nods slowly. Then...
There's nothing serious in this world. I've used it for killing
people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. I've used it.
Interesting. During...
There is no after the war.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. This is what you live for. The great serotonin jackpot. The solution. Go in straight. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady though. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
I don't want...
And why?
The who now? Oh, yes. That...
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune.
Exhaust him with proof. The scent of blood in the air. But what? Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
Stupid.
The lieutenant looks at you. Not this, he seems to say. Anything but this.
Nature does not behave in a... Your brain is...
He does not answer the provocation. Yeah, this just did nothing. But still, somehow you knew. Perhaps you suspected it before you took the case. Was it supposed to? The inland sea is dark, vast.
Standing there, slack. I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it...
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long.
I'm ready to die.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Not a lot of guns around that use mil...
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh?
So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? 4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
Like a marionette on some... This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more. Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. There were Maybells in the grass when you got it. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Classia's bedroom. You got it. Remember? The boot prints were...
Damn Maybells.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic.
So many this year, too. The spring, they blossom on the islets before we fertilize them with our blood. The coast, too, before they piled their containers on.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may. Classier.
He repeats the name with care, as if it were at risk of...
With the victim.
Don't leave any loose ends.
Everything is brands with you individualists.
Show me the souls, please.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sensorique. You see these are not the unusual horizontal pattern souls you saw.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters?
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways. The prints were his. You can see it. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood. Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained kid got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his... Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. And so...
Mr. Dross, are you aware?
Yes.
And you were looking at them? The victim and a young woman having sex? Through the scope of your rifle that night? Before you shot him?
The old man.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This, you can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing...
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this.
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of
a rifle scope?
And if you don't like it?
Yes. Think of...
Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on a...
Joyce. He means Joyce.
Wrinkled up whore. Yes. Old-fashioned. They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment up. I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and masked phalanx weren't conscripts. Boys like us. Barely alive. They like to kill while they're on their drugs. I could see they've returned now to show their real face. The face they don't dare. Them. Fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the and I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know that's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for...
This man has seen past her, like you did. And now he longs to punish her.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him...
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. It's no good, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. It smells of burning buildings.
No one gives a shit what you think. Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building.
Past the Fell building on the coast?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. Her passport and ticket to Villiers. After she was...
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need to...
This implies that he's thought about extorting her.
Why would I need that trash? I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachals that took...
You could tell she was a spook?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses.
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
It quickly comes to you.
Oh, yes. Cutting those...
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife. Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass. I've been through all of Martinez. Yes, that too.
Два уровня за один разговор.
The
Ничего
things
себе.
they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s.
Those two took... You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenants. One more loose end down. We're doing this.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over. There's...
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye. Yes, over the years. It's... No. I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like the day after I killed him. Yes, I don't know why I do.
It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flower.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. If you came 10 years ago...
In the silence, the lieutenant drew one more down.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you. That's it.
Where is she? That Clasier. I haven't seen her there for days. Gone. I knew it. She kept staring. She'd look. At night, crying or smoking on the...
Across the water, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, made of grey cinder block houses. He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until... As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
A tragic comedy. Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez, because of the racists, everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of it. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez. Intense, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity that the worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon or Quayamoran. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain. It's all... We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only in the...
Ask about that cock on parade, too. Make sure you get everything here.
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball.
4 года играл в
One
эти
ball
шашки.
against the other. Royalist ghouls played like it was life. I remember him. I remember him from Lanos. Not him personally. That one. Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off. Not yet. I like to look at him strut around.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think. No, don't waste it. Better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one. For him.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from it?
No. I waited too long. I waited too long and...
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand.
They're all dead now. Fuck you. You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days.
I don't even care about those whores anymore.
Renee must have been quite a loss for him. Maybe you could still get him to talk about things that don't require as much rage.
I don't want to talk about goddamn...
Renee's still present.
Glad we talked about what?
His lip curled.
Glad we talked about what?
Получится.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite it's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief. You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him. In summary, you sense some underlying...
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable...
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal Do you?
But... No, I don't want to. I have to...
He is a brave man. He's sweating. Beads off.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
You thought you heard something.
Maybe we could all fit in there. Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take...
There's something you're not getting here that he's realizing.
Who watches over him there while I come back for you?
Something is happening. Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What?
No, listen. Listen now.
No, it would take a whole day on this island.
This world? What are you talking about?
The wind is cold. A delicate tangle of arms
Возьмите
and legs
чего?
unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. It's still there.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesque.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small...
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute...
Be very, very careful.
Что же такое-то?
What is it?
Nothing. Nothing is... There is nothing. The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head. The segmented antennae move with apprehension. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces...
It is.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of...
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He's letting his pride. You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden. Shh. The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. Like laughter, hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the crew. No reply. But you were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature. On its...
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect...
I exist. Tell me what it's like for you. Fire? Where? I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is now. I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of... I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you. With all of creation reflected in your full, even when you're sleeping. And when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but... That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. But from you, banner-like. Blossom from you and carry you up.
In honor of your shit, Lieutenant Ifreitor, which you kept together in the face of total... Detective, arriving on the scene.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect? Yes. No one detected me for such a long... No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, Detective. Dripping of blood and smell... No. You're awake. Not even the birds know that. Now, I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your...
Wait, so...
Yes, they don't mind. Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in place, no one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers, I have stayed hidden through full form. No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form. The pale too. It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. It's as when you're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that...
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. Please, do not do that again. No, you're only thinking it now. This is a simian butcher. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that. No.
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it. Okay. Is it somehow related to the case? I think we should take the picture, and then you should...
No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman she was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
The insect stops its stridulation. Suddenly, there is silence. As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving, praying to you. The reed creature does not stop its stridulation.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid free.
I got it.
For all time. The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's warning. A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature. Some sort of countdown process is happening. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off. They are filled with adoration and curiosity. The adoration as you're turning away. The phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, and something under it, in the place it stood.
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
In some kind of strain.
Our suspect is not looking so good.
This passport is
Classia's hidden documents.
It's Clasia, with short black hair and an old photo. Before
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's. Or perhaps But that still doesn't explain how. Like a magpie? What a coincidence. Then it would also have collected. I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope.
Would it? Maybe it was simply...
An octopus belongs to a very different class. It's not even an int. She said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith. And
I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now. In another city.
No, she lied to us. Her so-called real name was not her real name. Somehow I don't know. But it's not Katarzyna Alasia, or Klasia, or Anouk Meyer-Smith. Perhaps it's better that...
What is it?
See. Mr. Dra?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring. Black eyes with fear and longing. The plastic cape feels coarse. A light ship.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility.
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need...
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything. No reaction.
Did you take this passport and other papers?
There.
He hears us.
No reply.
Try something else?
Nothing.
If Kuno kicked it in...
I lost...
He turns his eyes to the...
He lost the... This site is a T9, Mr. Dross.
Silence. You've gotten the plastic cape. The blacks of his eyes are received.
Old age, and yes.
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, it does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe in it. I mean, why not? That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is up.
No response.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief? Mm-hmm. Mr. Dross. The doctors will have to look at this. It did seem... I have absolutely forgotten to take note. We should think about getting back to the mainland.
Soft covers, serialized fantastique. The dry grass crackles under your feet. The flock of quail departs. Now more than on the islet, there is almost no wind, like a silent orchestra tuning, a silent hiss, the faraway roar of the city. A low hum. The air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. Col de Mamadakwa.
Yes?
Momentarily, the sounds are swept away. Pain shoots up your right foot.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
The lieutenant nods in silence. Col de Mamadakwa.
Yes?
Momentarily.
I have.
Не смог услышать Col de Mamadakwa.
The skiff is
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight, but for the sound of conversation on two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a name. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him. Harry, you're bleeding all over the place.
Whatever this is, it is completely... This is the man with sunglasses from the whirling in rags. But where are his sunglasses?
That's right. And you're bleeding. We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
bothered by it. Harry, oh, fuck it. Let's...
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we can...
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come...
The scene is making even him feel as...
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorator.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi. Ari, we want to help you.
This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was...
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical...
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you.
That's right. Worried. I'm always worried about you. You're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant backpedal.
He's got a very, very solid case there. Actually, I've been trying to find a good moment to tell you. Yes, you often sound like a brutal idiot.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstein. Mikhail? Mikhail is my son. No problem. Again, I was asked to share my take on some of the more fringe academic theories developed in Königstein in the 30s.
He's here to see if you're insane and guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Had what coming? Not recognizing people you work with every day. Brain damage. Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells? He doesn't remember.
See? He really doesn't remember. It wasn't a...
Yeah, that's very good. Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisuragi.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we? Yes, you're sorry. You're the sorriest cop who ever lived. Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this repent. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Drunk.
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors. He talks without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing. Reason.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him and...
Все, тут, оказывается, все это время были мои вот эти чуваки, которые были... Это я пришел с этим отрядом расследования. А потом у него реально память отключилась, они просто наблюдали.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts.
Еще мы видели Фазмида.
Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't...
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. after some of the more serious benders.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have got...
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly? Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the...
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If...
Leadership, now.
Да пошли их все нахуй.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we... Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic.
Уронил.
You juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and it lands on the ground. Ouch! You strained your elbow trying...
He found it! He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun. Here we go again. Lost gun. Lost gun. Trying to terrorize you.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. I don't buy it.
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
What you've discovered? You let the suspect escape.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Oh, well. If she was specially trained. I'm not even gonna get into the other, or the fact that you very likely sold you compared to the 7.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Detective, it's better if I...
It's so much better if he does this.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing.
You've spent the week with him, on this case. On Lieutenant Yufreto.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the bet.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like it's odd, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a hustler. He grinds. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valid...
Yeah, it was...
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession. A murder weapon. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other...
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as a...
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it. You hear gasps beneath the...
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell. Is this some...
Detective? The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical
So it is...
I must say, this is absolutely...
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Ильянович трус.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a...
The body was transported to Precinct 41.
You're not the only cop in the world.
Still, good work with the missing person.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs. I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. Why?
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a...
Of course. Call it...
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment it seemed like you were just wasting time.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church. That's great. Anthroponaut is a great new career for you.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the build...
It's not that okay.
Female?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female.
Incredible. What?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so? Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species.
In his mind, he's already planning a nature reserve and knows a good guy for...
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but it must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Cop discovers new species. Maybe
this would really help.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest.
Without it...
You're doing good here. Perhaps only quit while you're ahead? Or...
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Possibly induced. But even without that, these men spent 50 years on the islands. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died. Right on the island.
It's a clean win.
It's way more than that.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and none of this can hide the smell of booze.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It will pass. In time.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species, so I have to.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks. So, maybe this time.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be...
Now you will finally get to know who you are. The man looks West Jingle in his car keys.
Who are you? Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything.
Ну вот так вот. Потому что, по идее, можно было просто быстренько дело раскрыть. Просто я настолько много всего смотрел, что я уже все изучил. И про фазмидов поговорил. Ну, короче, молодец. Ну, потому что это новый вид. Супер невероятный. Такого никогда не было. Новый вид и фотка еще с доказательством.
The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and your moves on the church floor, which honestly were just...
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. Yes, you towed Jim in Cool. I believe that's the term. Towed Jim at a...
The smell of sweat and glue.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno. Andre, a cell.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries.
Так открытие. Никогда не было фотки этого животного. Точнее, этого живого существа. Оно даже разговаривать может.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were... Yeah. Dora...
Not Dora Dubois.
No one is married anymore. This is Revash... God, I don't know. 6 years ago...
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1. Incredibly bangable.
Incredibly bangable.
She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman.
Snow, Welkin. Heartbreak, Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with her.
Look, the sun is about to...
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psych...
In other words, he's heard...
Us? With the bloody murder station, haven't you?
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just...
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big.
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the
Че,
seaway.
расспрашивать? Мне это не очень интересно, на самом деле, про участок.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a random...
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore.
He means it. The RCM and its enemy, your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot.
Okay.
Jamrock?
The press will blow over.
Thank you again, Lieutenant. Who is Lena?
Tabernacle? It's on the way over.
Fine. If we...
She and her husband were conducting... They should know as soon as possible. It would do you...
She is going to be over the moon.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to talk to Captain Price. I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom. Work with Price?
Would fit in. And crazy enough. Can take. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not
flattered. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even...
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming. Jamrock...
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant.
I do like the sound of that.
He's really considering it.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought it.
You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square... Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein?
Gary Dubois.
Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the...
Wonderful. Then can we please just...
Как кто заберет деда с острова-то поехавшего? Шесть лет назад расстался, 7, и до сих пор страдает, но это вообще пипец. Ура. Все. Вот это мне нравится. Не, хорошая концовка. Я думал, все хуже будет. Конечно, люди погибли, но... Хорошая, замечательная игра. Сейчас посмотрим, может, что-то после титров сейчас еще вам покажут. Мне кажется, тут вообще много концовок. Ну, судя по тому, что я гуглил в интернетах. То есть я гуглил, сколько концовок. Типа, есть ли смысл здесь действительно как-то отыгрывать? Но я не могу представить, какие еще могут быть. Ну, типа, я думаю. Так или иначе, ты, наверное, найдешь. Хотя нет, мне кажется, можно игру раньше закончить. Если я буду кого-то обвинять на перестрелке с этими... С наемниками, например. Мне кажется, там может игра закончиться. Плюс еще я не знаю, как повернулись бы дела, если бы я Классье арестовал. Но если бы я ее арестовал, ее бы уже убили, мне кажется. И Руби уже бы убили. У меня хорошее впечатление от этого прохождения. Мне кажется, оно приятное. Оно отражает мои личные эти желания. Эй, это нельзя скипнуть? Тут же еще много, как я понял, тут ну, вот эти вот много побочных квестов, и они не роляют на сюжет настолько сильно. Тут, наверное, больше именно то, что ты их не делаешь, скорее всего, ну или делаешь как-то побочные квесты, они просто на твое настроение влияют. Например, когда делаешь скуна квеста, там же можно бать его замочить, типа случайно. Это никак на сюжет все равно не влияет, но все равно как-то стрёмно. И там таких много моментов. Плюс про фазмидов вот этих. Ты же можешь ничего не изучать про них. Ничего не узнавать, не смотреть. Типа, а пофиг. Типа дед с бабкой какие-то поехавшие. И ты вот всю жизнь на них фиг забивал. На квесты забил, например. Говорил, что они там сумасшедшие крейзи. А потом бах, вдруг оказывается, что вот он тебе фазмид. И мне интересно, фазмид появляется, если ты не делаешь квесты на фазмида? Вот это тоже интересно. DLC с фазмидом этим, ты имеешь в виду? А то в конце он появляется тоже DLC? Типа как расширение основного сюжета? Вот это я не знал, прикольно. А, это вот почему Final Cut называется. Поэтому. Но вот это любопытно. Плюс я еще обидно, что броню не собрал. У меня был шанс броню полностью собрать, стеклянную. Но... Было бы интересно, если бы я на разборку с этими... Как бы я тебе полную собрал бы? Никак. Никак бы я ее не собрал. Потому что я шлем нашел в самом конце. То есть full set в самом конце только находится. То есть я мог бы к ним выйти в штанах и... в нагруднике. И то они его увидели, сказали, ты чё, блин, надел, напялил, с трупа снял. Этот мародер вонючий. Ну все, я не хочу F4 нажимать. Почему вы заставляете меня все титры смотреть? Я слышал, они новую игру делают. Мне кажется, это будет полный кайф. В принципе, мне очень понравилось. Конечно, я в некоторых местах обузил сейфки, но... Если бы я этого не делал, я бы расстроился. Поэтому... Если дали такую возможность, я просто и воспользовался. Считаю, это нормально. Плюс игру-то можно пройти как настоящий этот... силач. Типа в физуху, если пойти, но зато это... Блин, если пойти в физуху, это столько... мало разных вариантов появится. Хотя, с другой стороны, может, гораздо больше других появится. Но это интересно. Надо будет погуглить, в ютубчике написать, какие есть концовки. Ну, хорошо. Очень нравится. Следующее, думаю, все-таки будет, наверное, Resident Evil 4. Надо вернуть Марине баллы. Все-таки я посмотрел за Ачузис. За Ачузис это мне не понравилось. Что еще? Resident Evil 3.4 это будет. А, Корион мне еще. И еще Dark Pictures еще нужно проходить. Ой, какой список хороший. Бесконечное лето. Но это если зачилить полностью захочется, я думаю. Ну хорошо. Я рад, что я в нее поиграл. Но мне, конечно, очень повезло. У меня вообще никакой ни эквилибристики, ничего. 17% успеха. И я просто даже без загрузок подхожу и к плащу этому прыгаю туда. С первого раза вообще удивительно. Еще мне интересно, есть ли возможность вообще избежать разборок наемников и профсоюза. Ну, короче, есть что поузнавать, есть что погуглить. Потому что в идеале, конечно, с одной стороны, чтобы никто там не погиб. Ну, хватит, ну, ё-моё. И даже ускорить-то не дают. Плюс я еще в церковь не подошел. Потому что там интересный вариант ответа был с 3% шансом, то что ты не знаешь, что такое серость. Хотя я книжку даже прочитал, купил про серость. А все равно, ну, с этой компьютерщицей, программисткой. Да ну, все, хватит. Я не хочу про локализации смотреть. Ну ладно, видимо, ничего тут ждать. Издеваются надо мной. Ну, вот так вот, очень интересно. Так что, ребят, давайте на этой прекрасной ноте можно завершать и идти спать, отдыхать. Да. Так что давайте. Спокойной ночки, обнимаю. Сладких снов.